Now then, could Spider-Man Brand New Day actually make $3 billion? Question. I know, I sound crazy. I know you say, Rare Eddie One, what are you doing? Get that tinfoil off your head.
Boom! Hot take.
It's not made of tinfoil. It is hat. It is a hat. It's made of cloth and mesh and a bit of a peak. And yes, I know I sound absolutely insane. But here's a problem. And yes, I know I'm looking at my script. I'm sorry. I don't have one of them rolling things like, you know, the professionals have. But Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I hear it's good.
I'm starting to think it actually could hit $3 billion. It could actually hit because Spider-Man Brand New Day has been in cinemas for less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks, yes, 2 weeks. It's not even been in the cinemas for 2 weeks. And it's made $1.6 billion, nearly 1.7
Say what?
billion dollars. It's only 12 million. Have I got my math right? I'm not sure. It's crazy to think how quickly it has got there. It's got past 1.5. It's crazy to think how quickly it has got that. I'm not talking about the end of the theatrical run. We're in 12 days, for goodness sake. 12 days. Give it one of them. One of them. And today I want to make the argument. I think I've already said my argument. It sounds insane.
Human feelings expressed by a human.
I think it's a possibility. I'm not saying it will. I think it's a possibility. Spider-Man Brand New Day could realistically become the first ever movie to make $3 billion at the box office. Now, yes, I'm putting my hat out there. I think it's realistically could make $3 billion. I think this could challenge Avatar.
It might happen.
And I don't even think it'll need an extended run at the cinemas. I think this has a realistically chance of hitting. Shenanigans going on that side. I think it realistically has a chance of hitting. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. No, I would never do that. I would never do that. I'm saying that looking at what the film has done already, is $3 billion generally on the table? Is it on the table? I want to ask you folks that question. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers.
It all seems suspicious.
So let me start with the number, what got me interested in making this video. 1.6 billion, sorry. And we're nearly 1.7 billion. 1.7 billion worldwide. Just think of that for a moment. Most movies would sell their entire cast and extras and production and they would sell it all to the person down below just to hit $1 billion. But this has gone it's over 1.5 billion. And it just seems to keep going.
What kind of questions?
This movie is already a successful superhero movie. That's not merely a successful Marvel movie. That's one of the most. That's one of those box office runs where you start looking at the all-time charts, and suddenly the conversation changes. It changes at 800 million. You're already talking about this is going to be a massive hit. Most films would love to hit 800 million. So let's ask Superman, James Gunn's Superman, James Gunn. Would you be happy with 800 million? And they would snap your hands off.
Boom! Hot take.
I think 600 million Superman hit, but a billion. Not many films have hit $1 billion. Not many films at all. I can't think of a number. I can't think of a number. I don't want to say, I don't want to just put a number out there and be totally wrong. But it's quickly hit 1.5 billion. Like I was saying, It's nearly at $1.7 billion. So is the question 3 billion out of it? Is that an insane number? I don't think so. I really don't think so. And then I look at the UK. We have a look at the UK. Let's go into the international. If it works. Because international, worldwide box office is international box office is just over $1 billion. Now, internationally, I'm here in the UK, and something I find absolutely bonkers. I don't know if you guys are with me. Look at what Spider-Man has done here in the UK. Yes, look at it. It's done 87 million. 87 million. 13 million, and it's hit 100 million. And 87 million by the end of the second week. Well, not even the end of the second week. 87 million, 12 days here in the UK. We're a smallish country. You know, it's put us within 100 million. We're close to 100 million just in the UK. We're not America. We're not China. We've got about 70 million of us here in the UK, here in the beautiful island.
Human feelings expressed by a human.
It's just mind-boggling how much and how ridiculous that is that we've nearly hit 100 million here in the UK. Now, I'm not saying that's a rare thing. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying we as a population love going to the cinemas. So I'm not saying we've never hit 100 million. No. What I'm saying is that's crazy for a superhero film. And I will get on to that point in a moment. But let me just say that demonstrates something important about Brand New Day. This isn't simply doing huge numbers in America. Spider-Man is global, baby. Spider-Man is global. You don't need to explain Spider-Man to somebody. Everyone will probably know what Spider-Man is. Put that mask on a poster anywhere in the world, and people know exactly who they are looking at. And if markets like Britain are putting up numbers like this, suddenly it's not the end of the run either. Suddenly you can see where this enormous international total is coming from. Because internationally, Spider-Man has already surpassed $1 billion. Yes, a lot of that's come from China. And we all know what theatres do in China. They take a lot of that. But Spider-Man is walking away with huge sums of money in its pocket. And to say it's nearly hit 100 million here in the UK is amazing. It's amazing. Mexico ain't far behind. It's 65 million. In France, it's 50 million. South Korea, I think it was 43 million. It's doing amazing internationally. And here in the UK, we're on summer holidays. And I imagine it's similar to most of these countries as well. But this is where people quite rightly challenge me. Yes, come and challenge me. They'll say, we're ready. But movies make most of their money at the beginning. Yes, Spider-Man did make most of its money at the beginning. I think it made 900 million in its opening weekend. Not in its first week, sorry. You're correct. Spider-Man isn't going to make another 1.6 billion in the next 12 days just because it made 1.6 in the first 12 days. No. That's not how the box office works. The opening is enormous because you've got years of anticipation compressed into a few days. The hardcore fans go immediately. People avoid spoilers. Everybody wants to be part of the conversation. So the real question isn't how big was the opening. It is how long are those legs? How long are Spidey's legs? He's got 8 of them. He has 8 of them spider legs. How long are they? Is he a daddy long legs? Or is he a jumping spider? And this is where I think Brand New Day could become really, really interesting.
I know words. I have the best words.
Because we're in August. Schools are off. Families are looking for things to do. Yes, I said this in my previous video. Kids want to see Spider-Man. Mum and dads want to send little Timmy and little June off to somewhere where they know they're going to get 3 hours of maybe peace and quiet. They can maybe sit in the back and just scroll on Twitter or do some shopping. But families are wanting to be entertained. Kids are wanting to be entertained. Teenagers, adults, everyone's wanting to be entertained. Marvel fans, casual moviegoers, people who have already seen it. But think, what Easter eggs have I missed? I've got nothing on this Friday. Or I've finished nights. It's my last night shift, and it's what do I do for the rest of the day? I don't really want to go to bed straight away because then it'll ruin me the rest of my day. It'll like I'm doing another night shift. I've worked nights in the past. You either go to bed, you get home from work, you go to bed for a couple of hours, and then it's not ruined your day, or you just power through and then you try and go to sleep at a normal time. So going to the cinema, maybe you've seen it once and maybe you're not too bothered. It's not going to make you fall asleep because it's an entertaining film at the end of the day.
Boom! Hot take!
So people will want to go back again and again. Kids especially will want to go back again and again. Families, dads who have the kids over the weekend, mums who have their kids for the whole week will want to do something entertaining, relatively cheap, relatively easy. Here in the UK in the cinemas, here in my small town, I can take my own little treats in. I can take my own little pop in. I'm not sure if that's like that the rest of the country or the rest of the world, but it makes it a relatively cheap experience to go. I say cheap, the ticket's still tenner.
I hear it's good.
It gives it legs, and that's where I think it'll get the legs from. Word of mouth is really, really good. You cannot manufacture legs without marketing alone. You need people to actually like the film. You need people to be talking about the film. You need people to be hyping up the film. Week 4 is reputation. Because if audience are coming out and saying, yeah, that's all right, that's when you can see the box office start falling off a cliff. But if people are coming out and saying, you need to see this film, you need to see, did you see that? Did you witness that? Did you see that Easter egg? That's the difference here. That is the difference. Because then your audience starts doing the advertising for the film. Someone watches it Saturday, they'll tell someone at work on Monday, that person goes Wednesday, they'll take the kids, and their kids tell their friends, and it's a snowball. In the summertime, obviously. It's the best time to get a snowball. Someone decides to watch it for a second time. That's a big one. Someone who wants to go and watch it a second time. And there we go. There's that snowball. Making momentum.
I know words. I have the best words.
So what does $3 billion actually look like? Well, let me tell you. Let's do the maths. If Spider-Man is around 1.7 billion, then to reach 3 billion, it needs approximately 1.3 billion. That's a ridiculous amount of money, yes. Most big budget summertime films would be very lucky to make 1.3 billion. Heck, Spider-Man has smashed through that. But to make another 1.3 billion, that's a ridiculous amount of money. Let's not pretend otherwise. Let's not pretend Spider-Man could actually go out and do that. No. We're not pretending here. There are entire blockbuster franchises that would love to make 1.3 billion. Spider-Man needs to make that on top of the fortune it has already made. But here's why I don't think it's impossible.
Say what?
It doesn't need to make that amount of money tomorrow. It has the rest of its theatrical run to make that. And if cinemas continue giving it screens because people continue buying tickets, that total will just snowball. First target, 2 billion. I think this weekend coming, it will be over 2. I think this film will be 2.2 billion. And then we'll look at 2.5 billion. And if we're sitting here for a few weeks from now and Spider-Man is somewhere at 2.4, 2.5 billion, guess what? Everybody will start talking about it. Could it be Avatar? The Avatar-sized mountain. Avatar spent years sitting at the top of the worldwide box office. Endgame nearly succeeded with topping it, but it couldn't quite reach. 2.9 billion, that's an absurd number. And for years, 3 billion has basically felt like an imaginary ceiling. There was a time where we would have thought 2 billion's it. Films are never going to hit 2 billion. We've gone past that. Avengers Endgame came incredibly close, like I've just said. Avatar, The Way of Water, 2.3 billion. But nobody has crossed 3 billion. Nobody. James Cameron has come close. Very close.
Human feelings expressed by a human.
So for Spider-Man to do it, Brand New Day wouldn't simply become the biggest Spider-Man movie. It wouldn't simply become one of Sony and Marvel's biggest movies. It would become the highest grossing movie in history of cinema. And that's the inflation bros. You know what the inflation bros are like? I love Jeremy. And the first movie ever to hit 3 billion, the 3 billion barrier. That sounds ridiculous, but here is the question, folks. Here is the kicker. At what point does ridiculous become possible? Because if you had told people before the release this movie would have made 1.67 billion after 12 days, people would have probably, I could maybe see 1 billion, but 1.6? No, that's maybe 3 weeks or halfway through its run. But yeah, here we sit, folks. Here we spit. So, why Spider-Man? Why Spider-Man? I hear a lot of people talking about superhero fatigue. I think Fake Wizard off FNT said it perfectly. Spider-Man isn't a superhero film. Spider-Man is its own genre now. Spider-Man. And on the other side, on the DC side, you've got Batman. Spider-Man is a money maker. It is a money maker, and superhero fatigue is a genuine thing. I always say I don't think it's superhero fatigue. I think it's more bad writing fatigue, bad movie fatigue. But Spider-Man's its own thing. You can't. It is a superhero, but it's a subgenre. It's its own thing. Spider-Man, Far From Home or No Way Home. I think No Way Home, if it weren't during that time, I think No Way Home would have made $3 billion. It would have made $3 billion. You had the GOAT, Andrew Garfield, and you had Toby. I flip-flop. Toby's the GOAT 1 week, then the other week, and Andy's the GOAT. I always flip-flop. But this is where Spider-Man now, Brand New Day, this is where Tom Holland Spider-Man has actually upped its notch. I've got 3 now. I'll flip-flop. Tom Holland will be the GOAT. And then a month later, Andrew Garfield will be the GOAT. And then a week later, Toby will be the GOAT. Toby will always be the OG. But I've got 3 now because this put Tom Holland Spider-Man to the forefront. I'm excited to see Tom Holland do more Spider-Man films, and I want that. I want to see Tom Holland do more and more Spider-Man films. And with Zendaya and his best mate in the film, I want them all to return. They're as part of Spider-Man as Tom Holland. And I'm excited. As a comic book nerd, as a film nerd, I am excited to see more Spider-Man. I do, like I said in my previous video, I want to see his comic book Saki, back and forth with the criminals. I want to see that. You had it with Frank, in back and forth with Frank, but I would prefer to see that more with the criminals. Children, kids everywhere around are loving Tom Holland as Spider-Man. People who grew up, who were kids during, Tobey's Spider-Man 2, probably the greatest superhero film ever. Dr. Octopus, come on. And now saying this Spider-Man is legit. Do people still say legit? Oh, I did it. But what could actually stop it? Is there anything that could put the brakes on this thing? Now, I'm excited about this. You can probably tell. But there are things that could stop 3 billion from happening. The biggest one is simply the natural box office drop. Eventually, everybody who desperately wanted to see it has seen it. No movies arrive. Spider-Man loses premium screens. New movies arrive. That's another thing. What movies are coming out? School holidays finish. The weekly numbers get smaller. It's all inevitable. The question is, how quickly is that going to happen? And this is what I'm going to be watching for. Because like I said in my previous video, there isn't anything that's going to challenge this. So the only thing that will stop this is people stop going. People, word of mouth starts to drop. The numbers start to drop naturally. If this lasts in theatres throughout the summer holidays, I think this will do massive numbers.
I know words. I have the best words.
I think the drop, it will happen naturally. There's nothing theatrically what is actually going to stop this. The only other film I'm sort of excited for is Coyote versus Acne. Insidious horror films are their own little things. They're not going to challenge it. And there was Paw Patrol. There's nothing big blockbuster wise that's going to challenge this. So my predictions, I'm putting my flag right there. And I'll come back to this video. So please get in the comment section. Tell me, laugh at me. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm going to be wrong. Because I genuinely believe Spider-Man Brand New Day has a realistic chance. I'm not saying it's going to hit 3 billion. I'm saying it's got a realistic chance of hitting 3 billion. And I'm excited because I would love to see this film hit 3 billion. There is a difference between prediction and certainty, but I'm saying that possibility is real because it's already hit 1.6 billion in 12 days. Here in the UK, nearly hit 100 million. Internationally, it's over 1 billion. We're in the school holidays. Families have weeks left to go. Word of mouth can only keep on bringing the audience in, doing that small snowball effect. Spider-Man has enormous appeal. Spider-Man has 8 legs. Them legs are long. It's going to grow them legs. And this will snowball massively. The film has time. And that's the most important thing. This film still has time. It's not like it's got one more week left at the theatres. No, it's still got time. So my prediction, once it hits 2.5 billion, and how quickly it hits 2.5, then I'll be either more excited or, I might calm it down a little bit. I generally think that 2.5 isn't far off. We're not far off that. And then things will get spicy. If it hits a 2.5 in a relatively quick, just say in another 12 days, it's hit 2.5, what we're looking at. So and if it makes another 800 million in 12 days, things will get spicy in that 3 billion. I'm saying yes, it's possible. And then I'll start doubling, tripling down, because if it hits 2.5 billion in 12 days, it's still got a relatively the theatrical life is still good, looking good. I'm not going to be amazed, because I do think this hitting 3 billion is possible. So now I want your guys' predictions. Forget what the experts are saying. Forget what I'm saying. Where does Spider-Man Brand New Day finish? Did you enjoy the film? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Let me know. Do you think 2 billion? Do you think 2.5 billion? Does it beat Avatar? Are you joining me on the completely sensible, not insane, no tinfoil? Are you joining me and possibly hitting 3 billion? If you are, let me know in the comments. $3 billion. The spider train is coming. Choo choo. MJ, get on. She is the conductor. Let us get 3 billion. Let us let Spider-Man smash through 3 billions. I may even get a t-shirt saying "I told you so." I didn't tell you so. It's the possibility of this hitting 3 billion is amazing. It's really up there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment. I've been your host, Ray81. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up, give me a like, give me a follow, give me a subscribe, and I will see you when we hit 3 billion. I'll talk about it when we hit 2.5 billion. But I will see you in my next video. Peace.